It's chess time, and we're playing chess on chess.com. Using my phone again. Playing the Sicilian again. Okay, he's going for the Alpine Sicilian. We're playing the Alekhine variation. I'm just gonna say no nonsense. I guess this move was a bit strange. I think this move is not good. It's not awful, obviously. The problem is that by playing the move d3, he's symbolizing he's not going to go for d4 quickly. That'd be a waste of time. So by playing this move, I'm stopping him from playing d4, and I'm also giving away the d5 square. So now his knight can hop into d5. Now it is difficult because he played c3, right? So he's going to have to play c4 to hop in there. But okay, that's enough theory. Okay, not theory, but I mean like general strategy. My knight comes out to defend the pawn. This is all easy. And I'm considering breaking the center. Let me just keep my king safe. Then we'll play it all in one swoop. One swoop-diddy whoop, like this. Takes. And yeah, I'd say we have a space advantage. We have decent control. We have, moderate control over the center. He's doing things. His bishop can't really go anywhere. That's that threatening. So I can just castle. His bishop has to go back to f1 if he wants to reveal the attack on the pawn. And that's not a very scary move from my perspective. In the long term, what do we have? Well, we still have a weak d5 square. The squares in front of both of our pawns are sort of weak. Our pawns look like they're going to go on dark squares, so I should probably see if I can get rid of my bishop soon. If I could find a way to get rid of my dark square bishop, my light square bishop would be pretty strong. We both have two bishops. Let's see. His dark square bishop can currently develop. I think that his knight is kind of weird on a3, but I think it's going to go back to c2 and help with the d5 push. That's my guess. Not that it needs help. He could d5 push now. I take. He takes with the pawn. I take. He takes with the knight. I take with the knight. He takes with the queen. That all checks out. So it's just a massive amount of trades in the middle. And who does that favor? Well, at the end of that variation, I take the knight on a3. So he has a worse pawn structure. Yeah, he has a worse pawn structure. I think we need to start expanding. I think his king looks like it doesn't have that many friends nearby. So we're going to play the move f4. Now, this does open me up to a move. We're going to go this way. Now, I am worried about queen b3. Queen b3 looks good to me because it's getting on the diagonal of my king. And that's kind of spooky. Now, can I play e4 ever? e4, he takes, I take, and I don't really see the benefit. That is an interesting move. So I can't take that knight because it'll develop his bishop for free. I can put my knight on f4. Notice, I have more space than him, so I don't want to trade pieces. So moves that don't trade pieces are better for me. I think knight e4 is the way to go. Attacking his bishop and attacking the pawn. Although now he just moves the knight. Yeah, he just moves the knight. And now he's attacking my knight again, right? Now, do I really want to trade my knight for his bishop? Then I'll have two bishops. That's good. Who doesn't want two bishops? His light squared bishop does not seem too happy at the moment anyway. And my knight seems great. So I don't think I should take this trade. If I move my knight backwards, where should I move my knight backwards to? This is the question. I'll just repeat once. We're going to repeat. If he thought it was the right move before, I'm sure he thinks it's the right move now. Okay. And he changes course. Not awful. We should defend the pawn, I believe. With rook e8. Defending the pawn. Maybe there's actually a case there for queen c7. I think queen c7 might be actually a very good move there. Okay, we're going to repeat again. Is that what he's saying? Repeat again. Now, are there any threats? I feel like I have like a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of stuff going for me. Like, well. Oh, he did have a threat, I think. Okay, he tries to push the center. He has 1, 2, 3 defenders. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders. That's a lot of defenders. The thing is, I do have to be careful. My e-pawn, it looks like a defender. Problematically, however, it's actually defending the knight, so it has a job right now. But I think taking this is not harmful. So we're going to take once. And we'll take again. And importantly, this reveals an attack on the rook behind the pawn. So we'll take like this. And if he chooses to take, which he can't, he has to move his rook. He has to move his knight. And then I will take his rook, which puts his queen off of the attack on the pawn, and gives me a tempo to do with what I please. Also, he must be careful, because after this pawn moves, I'm actually attacking the pawn, the Pawnaruski. So here's a move that he played. I haven't figured out if it's a good move or a bad move yet, but I'm sure it's a move. We're going to take that. And our knight's attacked. This much is true. Where does my knight want to be? Lots of places. I think I'm going to put my knight back on the king side. I don't think it belongs in the center. It just feels like it's kind of gumming stuff up, and I don't really know why it's there. Also, I like the idea of eventually playing bishop d3 and attacking that knight. Although for now I can just play b4. I think b4 is quite a great move. b4 attacks the knight. The knight has to move backwards. And I like it when my opponent's pieces have to move backwards. Often it means my pieces can move forwards. So here he's attacking the pawn again. b4 attacks the knight, sending him back. I hope I didn't miss anything. No, bishop has no checks. The queen didn't do anything. The queen was moving over to attack the pawn. It doesn't have any more scope. It actually has less scope. Like now it can go to the light squares, but I have a light square bishop. So now bishop d3 is actually on the cards. Okay, now my pawn's hanging, so we're going to defend that. Defend it or push? We'll just defend it. And now, are there any tactics? He's attacking the pawn a lot of times, but honestly, I'm not that worried. I just don't care that much. We're going to go here and threaten to take that knight. That's not the right play. The right play is probably to play a different move. And that move is probably bishop to c4. Then I have two passed pawns pushing on the king side. And this I think is good. What moves does he have that will hurt me? With the knight? I don't see many. We'll go here. Developing. Now his knight can go to d3 after the trade. His knight can also go to b7. Sorry, not d3, d6. d6 or b7. Do I mind this? I don't think I do. Takes, he takes there. I think I can just go queen up and attack his knight. Now, I have to do this in a special way, I think. I think that way is like this. Attacking the knight. The knight is at present undefended. Yep. The knight is still undefended. His rook is attacked and his knight's attacked. I don't see any moves that defend both. Other than... oh, I just blundered. I thought I had a rook. Where'd my rook go? Oh, I traded it earlier. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Double blunder. That's insane. I seriously assumed I had a rook on f1 that would trade for this rook. That was so foolish. He just takes my rook for free with check. But he didn't see it. So I get a rook for free. Let's go. That was a blunder. That was a lucky blunder. My opponent did not see it. And I'm paying nothing for this. This is a free piece. Now, I gotta be careful. The temptation is to just trade off everything. I'm not saying it's a bad idea here. Although I don't want to give him two super strong bishops, right? No need to give him two super strong bishops. So, perhaps we play something more measured. Like knight to e5. Knight to e5 offers to trade a lot, and those trades will benefit me. So knight to e5 is on the cards, I think, for me. And yeah, I mean, I could take first and then play knight e5. So he's kind of forcing my hand here. I think now it's acceptable to play knight e5. Or bishop, sorry, bishop in. Bishop like this, he takes back with something, and then now we play knight e5. And this is a slightly better version. I have some crazy tactic. I want to see if it works. The tactic is queen. Does that work? Queen to a3. Attacking the bishop twice. He takes my queen, I take his queen. Check, his bishop goes back. So it's just a queen trade. Just a queen trade. But it's a pretty doggone good queen trade. We're going to go for it. I don't quite see how he stops it. He has one check and I take it. He can capture something, but then I win his queen. He can defend the queen, I take the bishop. Yeah, so he's got to move the bishop and then I take the queen, I think. If he doesn't move the bishop, I take it. Right? If he does move the bishop, I take the queen that's behind it. I take it with check. So this is a pretty strong move, I think. Queen a3 is kind of hard to see, I think, for a lot of people. Because it's like, what? Your queen's attacked. But you're right, my queen's attacked, but I'm also attacking his bishop. Now, there's a question to be had here. Wasn't queen c5 equally as effective? Was queen c5 equally as effective? I believe it was. It also attacks the bishop. And it defends the pawns. So actually it keeps everything together and keeps all the same threats. I like the shock of this move. And we'll take with the queen, I think. Take with the queen. Is it an important detail? I don't think so. It is actually an important detail. The important detail goes as follows. Now, if he does this, I can just trade everything out, right? So I'm up 9. So I'll just take here. He'll take with the queen. I'll take with the rook. So I technically won a bishop and then went down in the exchange. So you'll see here. Sorry, fast forward. At the end here, this is important that you take with the queen. The reason is, in this line, I can take the bishop. The bishop is free, so I'm going to get a bishop. If I take with the rook, it gives the queen like a chance to do stuff and move around, right? The queen can potentially go to a better square, maybe even just e2. And can you believe it? Queen e2 is threatening queen e8 checkmate. I guess it's not checkmate because my piece comes back, but you get the idea. This way, when he moves his queen, there's only a few number of squares he can go to. Because if he goes to the wrong square, then I will take, well, there's no wrong square. He has to go to, he can't go to a dark square. Yeah, he can't go to a dark square, really. So he has to go to a white square. And there's only 3 of those to choose from. And one of them gets taken, and both of the other ones react the same way. We take back this way. Queen for a bishop. And then now he took my queen. Well, let's do the analysis really quick. He takes the queen. I take back, he takes. And now if you look at the position here, I have an extra pawn and 2 extra pieces. So I'm just super winning. I don't know the theory here. I'm pretty sure that e5 is fine. And then knight c6 is good to defend the pawn. Bishop e7. I just wanted a castle. It said d5 right away, like this, and d5 is correct. You want to blow up in the center. We're one move away from castling. We can castle here. It says bishop e6. I'm not a big fan of bishop e6. It just seems a little passive to me. Also, his knight comes in. Oh no, it doesn't. Here I played f5. f5, crazy. So I was winning by 1, and I'm winning by half. So that's not good. It was a bad move. Okay, bishop f6. I like bishop f6. It seems really comfortable to me. Bishop f1, I thought he had to play, but he chose to go this way instead. And we don't want to trade pieces, but it still says bishop e6 or knight c7. So the computer's like, no, do not trade pieces, knight c7. I have more space, right? And bishop e6, he would definitely take that and take it. And now if you look at this position, it's the same except for his issues are smaller, right? He has 1 less knight to trip over. This is the concept of space. So I went 94, knight to c4. Knight to c4. My knight comes back. And queen to b3 I was worried about, which is top engine move. I'm glad I was worried about the top engine move. That's pretty cool. Okay. Rook e8 was correct. Here, I played the same move, and he pushed in the center. cd. Now, it's important you do cd, I think. If you go this way, I think this is problematic. He has at some point this move. And if you take it, then he can take here, I think. I think that's how that goes. Now, obviously not in that position, but just in general. Okay, so cd first, cd. Now we can just play e4. Wow. And then bishop f5. Bishop f4. Oh, and we get this piece. I didn't see that. Yeah, e4 is actually attacking a piece. So here, and e4 is way better. e4 is a lot better. Notice that it makes my bishop strong, and we're winning a center pawn. So e4, if he moves the knight away somewhere, that's kind of actually a pawn. So bishop captures d4. Strong. Okay, we took instead. Yeah, knight captures f5. I thought it was right here. Because if we take this... Oh, knight h3. Wow. Look, these are brilliant moves. Knight h3 check. He takes it, and now we take back. And instead of him just getting his pawn back, like in this case, notice here, he actually is winning a pawn. We take a piece, he take a piece. So we just traded, but then he got an extra knight, right? Because kingside is safe, by the way. And his bishop got developed. So I want you to notice the two patterns here. In this position, takes. If he goes here, I take, he takes. It's my turn. So let's just say I do this. Okay, it's my turn. I have two bishops. He has, his rook in the corner. That's his problem piece. His bishop is doing a good defensive job, I think. Or he even can come out and check. And his king is safe, right? Now let's compare that to this position, where after he takes our pawn, like this, we don't freak out. We just go knight h3 check. Now, if he takes this, we take back. And what does he have to do, right? He has to develop somehow, right? He has to do stuff. Well, here it says queen b3. Because I'm not in time. Interesting. But in this position, you can see this is better for me because his king is unsafe. So he's saying queen b3, king h8, queen captures b7. Huh. This doesn't strike me as a particularly pleasant position for him. Whatever. That's the difference I was making note of. The desperado. Okay, his knight goes here. Rook captures d1 is correct. It gets the queen off the pawn, so we have a moment to breathe. And I played the move b4 here. Or I played knight g6 first. Oh, my knight's attacked. It says knight to e6 is better. Knight e6 is better. Going back to the middle. I didn't like this because I wanted my bishop there. I wanted my bishop to go here to attack the knight and develop somehow. So I put my knight here. Also contesting the now heavily guarded e5 square. Okay, he moves his queen. This isn't just a nonsense move. I don't think it does anything. I'm winning by 1, and now I'm winning by 3. Or 2. I'm winning by 2. So just doubling my advantage in one move. And I should have played bishop e6. I should have played my move. Should have played bishop e6. Instead I played here. He goes back, and I gotta play rook b8. Rook b8. Why rook b8 instead of a3? a3 is slow, that's true, and it creates a weakness. Or if I played rook b8, I thought I was stepping on the dark square diagonal, and I didn't like that. Okay, but he's attacking my piece in the middle. That's okay, it's defended sufficiently. So bishop e6. Am I threatening to chop the knight? This is good. 2, and then I'm down. It's just an equal. Look at that. I trade this piece, it's just a draw. That's... Okay, he hopped in the middle. Bishop d5 is better. Look at that. And if he plays this, queen d6, attacking the knight. So that's okay. I played here, trying to trade. He played a4, which is good by him. Oh, look at that. My advantage went down. So here my advantages were +2. I was +2 somewhere. +1 here. Okay, this move's okay. And this move is not okay. This move's a mistake. I was at 1.4 and I went down to 0.6. I'm attacking the knight. This is true. AB5, and I'm just deadson. Just deadson. I go here. BC. He takes. So he just won a pawn. He just won the B pawn for nothing. I just totally blundered. I'm just losing now. And then he counter blundered, which is pretty great. Now I'm winning again. Very lucky. Bishop d3 here, and then queen c5. Oh, was this better? Which was better? Queen c5 or queen a3? Look at that. They're both up there. I think queen a3 is good for the shock value. Like, okay, that's not a real thing, but they're not so far apart. They're only 2 points apart. So queen c5 and queen a3 accomplish the same goal. Queen like this, he should definitely take. I should take. Bishop f1 and d3. Try to make queens. I like this a lot. I would be tempted to play something like this first. Bishop e2. And then this. Bishop 6 gf6. Because we're just trading a lot down, right? Not a lot of stuff's happening here. Gotta bring our knights to the middle of the board somehow. Knight d4. Oops, knight d4. What? Knight d4? Knight captures here? Oh, look at this. He plays a random move. We take, and queen. And we win the knight. That's pretty cool. So what if he doesn't play a random move? What if we play knight d4, he takes it. You play d2. He plays knight captures f5. Oh, he can't stop it. It's just unstoppable queen. Is it really? Takes d2, and he's trying to stop us from making a queen. Yep, there's nothing you can do about it. That's tough. That's really crazy. That's unfortunate. Yeah, okay. So that's the line with queen a3. What about queen c5? Now he can't play queen a3, so instead he has to play bishop c2 to block. Look at that. Look at that guy being resourceful. Then we attack the piece again. And knight e1. Is this not the most miserable position you've ever seen? Oh my goodness gracious. Look at his pieces. His pieces are so sad. Look at this. I attack his bishop. He has to go backwards to block it. I attack it again. He has to go backwards to block it again. And then obviously d3 just finishes him up. Knight d3, knight d3, queen d3, rook c1 check. Bishop d1, and queen d4. Bam! Queen d4 is a baller move. It's like, you will not back rank check me. You will not back rank check me whatsoever. And also I'm attacking the bishop again. Like if he's just like, no, it moves away, we just win. Yeah, that's absurd. That's pretty strong. So queen c5 was significantly better, just because you have all these options. Yeah, he wouldn't play this way. He'd take, I would take, he'd play g3, so it's not checkmate. We take here. Queen g2, and then rook c2. And we're taking this pawn for sure. For sure. Bam. So this is over. If you want to know how or why it's over, we can always just keep our bishop there. Nothing can attack it ever. Nothing can attack our rook either. And so we're just going to walk our king up. For example, let's say he goes like this. Checkmate. We literally don't care. Like we don't need a bunch of pieces. We can just walk it in. Probably better to use the knight somehow. I'm just too lazy to find out how to do that. Oh, there is kind of a cool way to do it. It's like this. So he goes there. We play knight here. He plays some move. It literally doesn't matter. Knight f3, and then we do the. How did I forget the name of this mate? It's not the Austrian mate. What's it called? I cannot believe I forgot the name of this. This is one of my favorite checkmates. The bishop doesn't even need to be there. It's just the knight and the rook. If you get the knight on this 3x3 corner here, then you can do it. I cannot believe I forgot the name of it. I'm looking it up really quick. Mate with knight and rook. Are you serious? Dang. I don't have internet on here. That's upsetting. Anyway, it's a mate, and it's a pretty good mate. I think it starts with an A. I might be thinking of the Anastasia mate, which it's definitely not. It's not Austrian. Anyway, there you go. It's definitely not my opponent's country, which is India. India, 1873, Civ 030. GG, good game. In the end, I would say the main mistakes by my opponent were, I guess, playing this Alapin so slowly seems strange. You're playing d3 for the purpose of playing d4, and then you only played d3. So he could have just skipped c3 altogether and just played d3 here, and then he still could have had his knight out, just for demonstration. Instead of playing c3 and then playing d3, he could have either gone c3 here and then attacked my knight, or still played d4 anyway, and there's some gambits you can do, I think. Or he could have just played d3, then I'll develop some other way. Let's say I still do the same thing. He can attack me if he wants to. Let's just say I would have developed like this instead. Or I would have developed like this. Then look, he still can get his knight out. In the variation that we had in the game, here, 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 he can't get his knight out. So if it was the same as before, he just can't get his knight out. He has one fewer options than before. That's kind of a strange opening. e5 is good. He's developing his pieces. This is all fine. This is all good. This is all good. I think that's a good move too. I don't quite understand that. Maybe he's trying to go this way and then push for the middle. That's what I thought. I thought it was here. I don't know. f6 apparently. Here. And then I'm going to get my bishop out. And then he's going to go like this. That's what I thought was going to happen. Instead, I played f5. He brought his knight to the middle. Weird shuffling around. And then he broke in the center when it was not the right time. And then, yeah, I super mega blundered here. And then he blundered back. All good. Thank you so much for watching, and stay Turkish.